Hey everyone, it's Deacon082 and I'm just here chilling out on the roof of the Pokemon Center. Welcome back to Pokemon Red Badgeless. In the last episode, we did the Safari Zone Escape glitch combined with a walk through walls glitch that allows us to walk on anything. And in this episode, we're going to head up north on Route 6. We could actually walk through the water. You know, I think we will. We'll walk through the water. There we go. We can walk through grass, we can walk through anything, but we're actually going to head up to Saffron City. But instead of going through this gate, we're actually going to walk through buildings. Now, sprites kind of get glitched up when you go to a new area, when you bypass the loading screen that is the gatehouse. See, this rocket guy looks kind of messed up. We can actually walk on him and walk straight into Silph without doing anything that is required to unlock Silph. We don't have to do the Pokeflute side quest. We don't have to do anything really. So I think right now, might as well take down Silph while we're here. Now the fast way through Silph is on the 5th floor. And let's see if I can remember this exactly. Yeah, okay. So we go through here. And we take this teleporter and back. And we do have to fight against this rocket. Now, we did get healed and onto full health. And actually, we are not able to walk through walls anymore. As soon as you save and reset, or enter a trainer battle, or enter a building, you lose your ability to walk through walls. So, unfortunately, we can't just walk straight up to Giovanni's room. We have to get there the normal way, but it's not too big of a deal. Besides, I have Silph pretty much memorized. This is the card key right here. And now we have to take that card key to the 3rd floor. Pretty simple. Yeah. Hopefully I don't run into any trainers that aren't necessary, because I've been kind of bad on that. That is not the right staircase. 4th floor and 3rd floor, okay, we do have to fight this rocket, and I suppose I'll cut this one out. Okay, after he goes down, we can put the card key in this door, and should be able to take this teleporter straight to where our rival awaits us, and this rival fight is pretty interesting. I would like to have Nidoking for this, but we actually can't get Nidoking before this because we had to deposit him, and entering a Pokemon Center to get him back out would get rid of our walk through walls. So, now that we have Water Gun, I suppose I'll use it. It doesn't make a difference. These guys should all go down in one hit either way. But this is actually the first time in the game where a Pokemon will not go down in one hit with one of our attacks. And it's not the Execute, it's not the Pidgeot, it's definitely not the Growlithe. We don't have to use Water Gun to kill the Growlithe. It's not the Alakazam either, because Alakazam's terrible physical defense. But this is maybe the only reason why picking Charmander is a bad choice, because this Blastoise is an absolute boss. Just look at it tank a pound with plenty of health to spare. Nidoking could have taken it out with Horn Attack or Thrash, but we don't have Nidoking, so it's a slightly longer fight. Of course, it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so we're ready for Boss Rocket, and Shitbag is leaving. He's going to the Pokemon League. This is actually the last fight before you fight him at Pokemon League. Well, before Pokemon League, I mean. But you can actually fight the earlier battles against him afterwards. There's no specific order. Okay, so we get Lapras. Will I actually be using Lapras? We'll find out pretty soon, actually. I can see Giovanni in the next room ahead, but first we're going to take out this final rocket before we fight Giovanni. Okay, with that rocket down, I am actually going to save here in case I mess up something later on. I shouldn't mess it up, but it's just a precautionary save in case something bad happens. But now we're going to fight Giovanni, and Giovanni with a level 100 Mew with Water Gun is not a hard fight at all, but I'm sure you know what you get when you defeat Giovanni, and that item, well, if you don't know, I won't say it yet. Yeah, never mind. It's a Master Ball, so we're getting our Master Ball with no badges, and that's pretty interesting because normally you can't get it until 5 badges, I think. This game's actually the earliest you get the Master Ball of every game. So we can get that Master Ball right now, and we can use it to catch pretty much any Pokemon we want. So what Pokemon will we be using that Master Ball on? It's a tough decision, but basically, I'm sure you guys know about the way to get more than one Master Ball, and that's actually what I'll be doing because it's difficult at times to catch everything with just Pokeballs, and it's simpler to just throw Master Balls. So, Giovanni goes down, and we can talk to this guy up here, the president of Silph Co., and he's going to give us this Master Ball. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward there. Okay, and now we could use an escape rope to get out of here, but I'm actually taking the long way because there is one more very, very important item we have to pick up in Silph Co. on the way out. And that item is a TM. It's located on the 2nd floor. Is it the 2nd floor? I think it's the 2nd floor. Yes, it is. Okay, it's all the way over here. But we use the card key, and we rescue this employee who's just been hiding in here. And we're going to get TM 36, which teaches self-destruct, and we're actually going to teach that right now. We're going to teach it to Mew because, well, nobody else can learn anything, and Mew is the best candidate for it. I'll get rid of Water Gun because we didn't need Water Gun in the first place, except it made some of the kills against Giovanni easier, but like that matters at this point. Okay, now we gotta make our way out of Silph Co. We're on the 2nd floor, so just take the stairs down, and that's going to clear all of the rockets out of Saffron. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but yeah, that's what it does. Saffron is now cleared, but now what I'm gonna do here is actually really funny. I'm on guard duty. Gee, I'm thirsty though. Oh wait, there, the road's closed. Okay, just kick us out of Saffron because we don't have their item to give you to drink. So it's basically a free pass into Celadon City, which is, I find absolutely hilarious that the guard kicks you out. Instead of not letting you pass and putting you back where you were, he automatically kicks you out to Celadon, which you're not supposed to be in Saffron, so it makes sense. But because we already were in Saffron, it's kind of a plot hole. Here we're going to pick up Eevee. That's our 2nd Pokemon we've grabbed this episode. Eevee, basically, we can only evolve it into one of the 3 different kinds of Eevees, so we'll have to find a way to get more eventually if we want all 3. But that's not a big deal. This is also where I kind of wish I would have picked up the bicycle, because we can use our start menu freely, but it's still taking forever to navigate around. This is just going into the Pokemart, and we're going to go to the rooftop, because, well, it's frankly a pain to have to do walk through walls every single time that we want to get to Saffron. So we're going to go ahead and grab a fresh water for the guards so they don't kick us out back into Saffron or back into Celadon every time. Could take the elevators, but I'm lazy. So we can deliver this anytime, but might as well do it now because, yeah, get it over with. And once again, a bike would be really helpful. I might pick it up because we'll be going back to Vermilion soon, and I can actually take Saffron to get to Celadon now. And why did that rocket not disappear? I wonder if you can actually do Team Rocket's hideout after Silph Cove. Like, would that even be possible? I don't know. But now we somehow hand this guard the fresh water from quite a ways away. We're not even leaning over the desk or whatever, the counter. Okay, so now I suppose this is where the game gets really interesting. We're going to teleport back to Vermilion City. And remember what we did at the very start of the last episode? We activated a trainer fly on Route 11. Before I do that, we are going to actually use Lapras, okay? Lapras is going to the front of the party. Now, we activated that trainer fly on Route 11. Who was the last trainer we fought? The last trainer we fought was Giovanni. And what will Giovanni yield? Giovanni yields Moltres, a legendary bird, which is kind of cool. Now, this is why I have Lapras. Water gun probably will not kill this. It does. Well, that sucks. I have to redo all of that, so I guess I'll just meet you back here. That's why I saved, by the way. Okay, while I prepare to get into this battle with Moltres again, you're probably wondering, why couldn't I have saved, like, right here? Well, Trainer Fly will keep going after you save and reset, as is obvious from having done the Safari Zone escape glitch in the middle of that. But you have to fight a Pokemon on screen between the time that you save and reset the game, and the only Pokemon that gives Moltres is Giovanni's final Pokemon. What is Giovanni's final Pokemon? The Nidoqueen, I think. The Nidoqueen actually gives Moltres, so the Nidoqueen will have to be the final Pokemon you fight on screen regardless. So you have to save right before him, and if you mess up, you have to do it all over again. Now, Moltres is very hard to catch, which is why I wanted to use Lapras, but unfortunately it's not going to work now because of how low on health, well, the fact that Lapras is lower on health, or Moltres is lower on health, so we're gonna kind of just have to get lucky on this Moltres, and if not, I'm going to have to save and reset before Giovanni again. I don't know why, but Moltres always gives the most trouble of all the legendary birds to catch, even though they all have the same catch rate. As that is our final ball, so it looks like, well, we have the Master Ball, but I'm gonna save and reset and do this again. Okay, shall we try this again? This should be a Moltres. I actually had something come up that wasn't a Moltres, and it actually made me believe that I discovered a glitch in this game. Not really a glitch, but an extension of the Mew glitch that could potentially be exploited later in this run if I can figure out the inner workings of it. But we're going to have to catch this Moltres again, and I'm not even going to bother doing the risk with Lapras, so I'm just gonna bear through a bunch of balls. Okay, I now have a new strategy for dealing with Moltres after all of that failed. I switched to Eevee once, and I noticed that it has Sand Attack, so I can spam Sand Attack so that it will not be able to hit as often, and then I can use Huntmander to weaken it because Charmander is the only thing that is guaranteed to not kill this thing. Even Eevee's Tackle kills it. And now that we can finally weaken Moltres to a good level of health, we have these Great Balls that I bought in the last episode, and we're still missing the Pokemon because of how hard Moltres is to catch. Surprisingly, we caught Mew on the second ball at more health using only Pokeballs, and Mew and Moltres have the same catch rate. I just want to ask, what is wrong with Moltres? Why is Moltres so hard to catch of all the legendaries? It's the one that I can't do anything with. Come on, that Moltres sprite doesn't even look good. I went and bought more Great Balls this time than I did last time. I spent literally all my money on Great Balls because Moltres is an absolute bitch right now. I just have no words right now. I've been recording this episode for an hour and 23 minutes. And over an hour of that has just been throwing Pokeballs at Moltres and doing the whole Giovanni thing over and over again. Okay, that is about time. Now the reason I couldn't get other Pokemon to weaken it, and I had to do the EV Charmander thing, it's a glitch that I'm going to experiment a little off screen. And then we will see what happens, and if it turns out that it works the same way that I think it works, I will show it off for sure later in this series. But as for now, we got Moltres, and that is basically as hard as anything for the rest of the game is going to be to catch. Because we now have access to Saffron, and we can do many more things. So in the next episode of Pokemon Red Badgeless, we will not be dealing with Moltres anymore, and we will actually be doing several more glitches, catching some more Pokemon, and making a lot more progress towards our ultimate goal. So, this has been Deacon082, and I will see you guys next time.